Ladies and gentlemen, my name is XPC Reaper and I am going to have a little library card look today at Solar 2. Once again, if you're wondering why I'm playing such a sort of casual game, this probably could be traced back to the fact that I am avoiding any strenuous wrist exercises in order to recover. But, we're basically going to start off right at the start. Now you'll notice, what is all this, what is all that save system stuff? I've got a lot of playtime in this game, I'm not even going to lie. And if we were to go into the options menu, you've only got a few things. You got automatic resolution, you got full screen, windowed or borderless display modes, you've got music and effect volume, God options and all, which are sort of unlockable cheats you can have, but it doesn't sort of matter, to be perfectly honest. This game doesn't have an effective options menu, but it doesn't need one because it's so simplistic in its design that it doesn't really require one. Now you're wondering, what is the point of this game? What do you actually do in it? It's very simple. Just evolve your way up, complete missions. I've completed all the missions there are, which is why there's not actually any left to... there's nothing left on the screen to actually view. But even when there's not, you can still have a tremendously relaxing time just flying about, smashing into asteroids, increasing your mass, decreasing the mass of other stars if you want, absorbing different planets into your star, maybe absorbing mass into those stars to actually increase your mass. Maybe that's what you would want to do. But this is just a relaxing game. I can't really describe it any other way than it's good to relax to. It does have... It's got pretty fun missions, honestly. The missions and the challenges in the game are incredibly fun. You can reset them if you want, but I don't want to sort of lose my progress on this. It's only got the one save game, but you can save different systems and all. As you saw in the save systems thing, you can tell it, right, I like what I've got now, and I want to keep it. You can do things like that there. You can respawn as specific things, like specific stars that you've already saved, or if you want, you can basically just choose anything you would want to respawn as, whether it's asteroid, a planet, a life planet, a star, anything really. Because this game, it does give you pretty fun things. There's a good sense of humour in it as well. One of the final missions is you're playing against God, basically. And then after you defeat God, you see a little cutscene thing, which is basically him getting told over an instant messaging service, wow, you must suck at that game if you got beat by someone who just randomly started out as an asteroid. And it's quite an amusing little touch to it. A lot of the things in this game, even so far as the mission descriptions and all, a lot of them are just funny little things to look at. The music and all in the background is very much, it's an ambient sort of, it's very ambient. There's no action music in this. It's not dynamic music where it'll adjust depending on your planet or anything. It's just, it's the same style of music the entire way through, but you don't get sick of it. I can't say that I've actually grown tired of the music in this game at any point, because that would be lying if I said that I had. Now you can see that I have got little ships flying about, which are, they're basically part of my planet. I've got life on my planet now since I developed into a life planet, and I've got a good amount of mass. You can see there's little turrets as well. Well, those sort of things, they serve like tech trees, and I think the more of them you have, the higher powered your shields can be and all, but I don't know if there's any specific way to increase it or anything like that, but if I just fly about collecting these stars now, you're probably thinking, if you're looking at this, wow, that's really boring, but it's not boring, it's relaxing. It's a game that this isn't requiring me to be some kind of ultimate god of games to do anything on. There's no real difficulty curve to it. Even if you die, if you get destroyed by a hostile planet or sucked into a black hole or anything, it doesn't matter because you can still respawn as whatever the hell you like if you've got it saved. And it's nice. It's nice that a game is offering me this kind of just casualness to it. I know a lot of people talk about casual games and all, but a lot of casual games, when they refer to them, are things that you would just sort of play on your phone. But those games have failure states. Whereas this one, it doesn't. There's no point where it says you have failed the game, you have to restart. Even when you win the game and get put back to being an asteroid because you were a black hole which expanded so much that you created the Big Crunch, and then subsequently the Big Bang, even when that happens, it's like, alright, fair enough. Do I want to be an asteroid? No, I want to be a life planet, or I want to be a multi-star planet. You can just use basic respawn and go directly to that stage. You can build up your system however you like it. You can have an entire system which is comprised of life planets surrounding a small, medium, large, or neutron star. Or if you wanted, you could basically mix things up, and you could keep absorbing mass into your planets until they become stars that join your system. Maybe that's what you want to do. It's nice because this game, it offers you so much choice over what you can do. And apart from me pressing start to enter the game earlier, there hasn't been a loading screen yet, and there won't be. I have actually done this as a test on my laptop. I flew for 10 minutes in the same direction, not altering my course. Like, I wasn't changing it so that I was going straight north and then I was going northwest or northeast or anything. I adjusted so that I didn't crash into things, but even still, there was no sign of a loading screen, which was tremendously good for me. I thought that's nice because this game is actually developed so smoothly that there's not a single problem with it. I haven't encountered any crashes, I haven't encountered any kinds of bugs. The game does have achievements. I've encountered difficulty with some of the missions because I wasn't actually using the logical part of my brain and trying to consider what I could do. I was mostly sort of doing things in a yay me smash kind of way, which isn't always the way to go. Some of the missions in this will require you to be like Hulk Smash. Some of them will be more along the lines of just sort of more reasonable things you might do. Some of them, trying to think of what the more reasonable. Some of them actually require you to nudge a planet so that you get it rotating in a different direction from its orbit, while not actually destroying the planet. Some of them require you to protect the planet, and some of them will require you to do a wide variety of things. Some of them require you to defend against invading hostile ships, which you could see were little white ones and red ones. Those are your hostile ships. But then you also get friendly ones. Those white ones right there, that's actually perfectly timing. Thank you guys. For a ship to turn white, you actually have to destroy its home planet. You have to destroy the life planet it was created on, which actually gives things a cool aesthetic, because even those white ships, you might think, oh, those are enemies. Those might not always have been enemies. Well, they were technically always enemies, but they might not have been nomads. Some of them might have been part of a planet which got absorbed into a star, or crashed into and destroyed by a pile of asteroids, or something like that, because the game has... every other system is autonomous, pretty much. And what I mean by autonomous is every other ship, asteroid, planet, life planet, star, neutron star, even black holes, they all act of their own accord. You can see them sort of floating about, but they might not have been floating there. Some of them, if you'll try and get onto them, if you'll try and bring them into your orbit, they'll try and escape. They'll start moving in the opposite direction when they were clearly moving sort of towards you. Which means that even the planets in this have a basic AI system, which is cool. I like the fact that everything in this has an AI system, and even it might just be me noticing a few things, but they're sort of silent majority, or they're a very minor part of the game. From my playthrough, I've noticed a lot of it, and it has been extremely interesting. And then you also get other times where you can see all those asteroids moving towards me. They're going to move faster towards me than they would have if I was a planet, because I'm a large star now. I have a higher gravitational pull, and things like black hole, the final stage you can get is a black hole. It's incredibly important. You can see we just actually exploded there and became a neutron star. That's because that's the evolution of a solar system. After a star goes supernova, I believe, it ends up going into a state known as a neutron star. And it's kind of cool because a lot of this follows under the basic laws of the universe. Things like the black hole, some of it is speculation, like a black hole might create a big crunch, which might actually suck all matter of the universe in, and then from the energy gathered, sucking all of it in, might create a big bang. And that's cool. Like, it's nice because this does make you think if you want to think, but if you just want to fly about as an asteroid smashing into things, that's allowed too. This game doesn't require you to play in any form of style, because there's no ideal objective, there's no good end game way to do things. It's just do things however you like. Play the game in a way such that you have fun, and that casualness of it is just a really nice aspect. You get some missions which are going to be frustrating for you, but you don't have to complete the missions. If you want complete completion of the game, like 100%, yes, you're going to have to do every mission. But if you just want to play the game casually and enjoy maybe 5 minutes of just flying about as a star or something, you can do that. I don't even have to move my fingers away from the up key, because I know even if I continue moving directly upwards, I'm still going to keep encountering things which are going to be generated. Yeah, there might be a bit of black space, but it still comes up with points where it's going to be spawning in more and more things. I still encounter different stars, I still encounter things like that, and that is just one of the nicest things about it. I can play this however I like. I could add a planet to our system and not absorb it. I could turn it into a star. Or maybe I don't want to. Maybe I want to go straight to being a black hole. Maybe I think that would be a fun thing to do. And for me, it would. I like being a black hole because honestly, it's just amusing the way you do things as it. You don't have to worry about collisions, you just have to worry about, oh dear, there's a bigger black hole. And it's really nice. So now we've turned into a black hole, you can see we're just flying about and we can absorb everything, like those ships down to the bottom, those ones that were threatening us. Yeah. Hey guys, why don't you come on in? You're part of the star system, why don't I just absorb your star? Maybe I want to absorb that black hole because it's a smaller one. Maybe I want to absorb that star, and hey! It's nice because even if we get close to each other in such a way, like, the orbit can still cause things to go, and it goes in a roundabout sort of way. It'll do things so that we'll start spinning, like, as if you had a chain between the two of us and we had let go. I could even just sit here and my gravitational pull will eventually just start sucking in more and more things. Because since I'm a black hole, what I don't see on the screen is still getting attracted to me. Because I have such a dense pull. Like, my mass is so dense that I am just absorbing everything in the universe. And the only thing which is going to be able to stop me is a bigger black hole. And it's nice. I can just sit here and play this game really casually, and that's a game I haven't... It's the sort of thing in a game that I haven't been able to do for a while, to play a game completely casually. Now you can see that little thing, little arrow with the exclamation mark is telling me, don't go this way. That's because there's an enemy black hole there. And it's going to go about its business, but even if it gets to infinite mass and all, it won't matter, because there's no point where I'm racing against other black holes. I'm just trying to turn into the big crunch. If I die, I still get to be a black hole. I'm not racing against other black holes to be the big crunch, because I'm the only one with the actual capacity to do that. So this game has no failure state. And I know I've mentioned that on, and I know I will probably continue to keep mentioning it over and over, but that's because it's such an important thing to me. I mean, I've got a repetitive strain injury in my wrist right now. So I should be taking it easy. I should be avoiding putting too much strain onto my wrist. Which is what I'm able to do with this game. I'm not putting strain on my wrist, I'm literally just pressing a couple of buttons, only using the tendons in my index and middle fingers, and my ring finger. That's all I'm having to do. And if I absorb just a tiny bit more, if I go and collect just a tiny bit more mass, you're gonna see the speculation of what the universe might actually have been like. You can see everything is just getting absorbed into the black hole, and we've absorbed all mass in the universe. And what's going to happen? All that energy has to go somewhere. It's going to fire everything out into the solar system, and we've just created the Big Bang, and now we're back to stage 1. And that's cool. But if I don't want to be at stage 1, I can still go back to being a black hole. So ladies and gentlemen, my name has been XPC Reaper. This has been a library card look at Solar 2. If you enjoy casual games, if you want something maybe that you could put onto your Steam account, and maybe, let's say you've got a niece or something, or a nephew, and they want to play a game for 5, 10, 15 minutes, but you don't want them playing anything violent, you could play Solar 2. Maybe if you want to pass a bit of time in your lunch break, you can play Solar 2. If you've got a TV show on in the background and you don't want a game you're going to have to focus on too much, Solar 2. It's the pinnacle of casual game, because you don't even need to actually worry about a single thing. You can just play it and enjoy. You can just sit here playing the game so simplistically. I can just tell myself, right, I am going to tell myself to move upwards on the screen until I reach terminal velocity. And then I can let go. And what's going to happen? I'm going to just keep flying along in the solar system. Or maybe, hey, I just want to hold in this one button and see what happens. Is anything happening? Yeah. I'm not pressing 2 buttons. I'm not pressing 5 button combos in order to get the ultimate, big badassness to it. I'm just flying in a single direction, hitting 1 button. And oh dear, I just got killed by another black hole. Am I worried? Am I upset because I lost my progress? No. Because this game doesn't ever bring about a point, unless you're playing the challenges and you're very competitive, that you will feel upset about anything. It's a Zen game. Now, the Zen game, what I mean when I say that, I don't know if it's a term or not, it probably is. Zen game is probably an actual term, but it just means that it's a state of relaxation that I'm reaching with this. Because I'm just holding the one button, talking into the microphone, and I'm not getting punished for just holding in the one button. I can still just adjust myself left to right using the arrow keys, but I can still keep flying. And that's fun. That's a good thing for me to be able to do. Why? Because there's no stress to it. Half the time, if I am really, really abominably bored, or maybe if I'm in a stage where I'm like, I am doing crap at these games, maybe at that stage, if I want to do something which is going to make me feel not crap at video games, this game always helps. If I've had a really bad gaming day and I've got a kill-death ratio which is in the 0 point something on some other games, it won't matter because my lack of skill on that given day or on any given day will not matter to this game. It doesn't punish me for being a bad gamer. It doesn't punish me for not dedicating 100% of my attention to it. It just keeps happening, and it'll occasionally kill me off. It'll occasionally reach a stage where I'll get destroyed, but that doesn't matter, because you never actually lose progress. You might lose maybe 2,000 mass or something if you're a star, or you might lose maybe all the progress you had towards the next stage, but you're not going to be upset for it. Unless you're really trying to grind for the achievements in this, you're not going to. And that's one thing I like about a game. That's one thing I like about this game, is that I can just sit here doing nothing, just pressing 2 buttons on a keyboard, and I can still win the game. So ladies and gentlemen, my name has been XPC Reaper. This has been a library card look at Solar 2. Is this game worth the price point? If you do particularly enjoy casual games and you want something which is going to be just simplistic to play, and you feel like that might be a decent price point to actually pay for what has given me, how long has it been since I started? I've played 9 hours in total of this game. I can still boot it up in my spare time and enjoy it. I still have it installed in my laptop. It was the first game I reinstalled in my laptop after I basically reset it to factory standard. Because it's fun. It's simplistic. So thank you very much for joining us. If you want to leave a comment, feel free to leave a comment. If you want to like, share, or subscribe to any of our videos, feel free. As always, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time.